The fundamental Java operators, and this is the second video in this series. So here we shall discuss about the plus operation and the special Java operator that we call the increment operator. The addition is an operation used to add things of the same nature one to another as many as necessary. To get the addition of two values, you add the first one to the other. After the addition of two values has been performed, you get a new value. For example, you're writing here C equals to A plus 10. So plus is the operator, A and 10 are operands. It means 10 is added to the current value of A and that is assigned to C. We are getting the sum of A plus 10 in C. So that's how we can use or we can perform the plus operation. In Java, you can also add string variables to add a new string. For example, we have first string and here we have written Kendriya. Then we have second string, we have written Vidyalaya, and we have one more string AFS Kasoli. If we add them, means plus operation is performed between these three strings, that is Kendriya plus Vidyalaya plus AFS Kasoli, would produce Kendriya Vidyalaya AFS Kasoli as a string by combining all these strings. Means plus operator can also be used to add strings to form a new string. You can also add as many strings as possible by including the plus operator between them. So here what we discussed, that plus operator may be used to add two similar numbers or to add two or more strings to form a new string. Next we have incrementing a variable. We are used to counting numbers such as 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. In reality, when counting such numbers, we are simply adding 1 to a number in order to get the next number in the range. The simplest technique of incrementing a value consists of adding 1 to it. After adding 1, the value or the variable is permanently modified and the variable would hold the new value. Here the permanently means previous value is discarded and the new value of the variable means in a variable we can store a single value and the previous value is modified by adding 1 to it and the new value is stored in it. If we perform the same operation once again, then the current value will be modified and 1 will be added to it and the new value would be stored in the variable. Let us take an example. For example, we have a variable, name of the variable is value and it is of data type integer, so we are assigning 12 to it. And if you want to add 1 to it, then what we can do is we have a statement for that, value equals to value plus 1. So the current value is 12. 12 plus 1, it will be 13, and 13 is assigned to the value variable. So value variable will hold 13. So if we print that one, so 13 value will be printed. Now to perform the same operation, means to add 1 to the current value of a variable, we can use a special operator that we call the increment operator. So Java provides a special operator that takes care of this operation. Which one? That is value equals to value plus 1 plus 1. The operator is called the increment operator and is represented by plus plus symbol. 2 times plus plus symbol. There is no space between these two plus symbols. Instead of writing value equals to value plus 1, you can write value plus plus and you would get the same result. Here the same set of codes or the same set of statements is repeated, except that instead of value equals to value plus 1, we have written here value plus plus. So the same result. It means to perform this operation, that is value equals to value plus 1, we can simply use value plus plus. Means plus plus operator is applied on the value variable, and what it does is it actually increments the value by 1. It adds 1 to the current value of the variable and assigns it to the variable. So the plus plus is a unary operator. Unary operator means, here in the previous lesson presentation we discussed about the unary and binary operators. Unary operator is an operator which applies on a single operand. So operand, here we are having a single operand, that is value, and plus plus operator is being applied on this value. So it's a unary operator because it operates on only one variable. It is used to modify the value of the variable by adding 1 to it. Every time the value plus plus is executed, the compiler takes the previous value of the variable, adds 1 to it, and the variable holds the incremented value, modified value. Now we have pre and post increment. Pre means before, post means after. So when using the plus plus operator, the position of the operator with regard to the variable it is modifying can be significant. To increment the value of the variable before reusing it, you should position the operator on the left of the variable. For example, we have int value equals to 12, same statement. Now we have applied this plus plus operator on the value, but it is pre-increment, means this operator is applied before the variable. So if we run this program, so what is the expected output? The current value of the variable is 12, so this message is printed incrementing a value. So in the same line and the next line we have value equals to, now the current value is displayed value 12, then plus plus value. It means first of all increment the value of the variable, so it will be 1 will be added to the value, it means it will make it to 13, then the value is printed. So plus plus value is 13 is printed, then the current value 13, 2 times 13. Okay, now when writing plus plus value, the value of the variable is incremented before being called, or you can say before being utilized. On the other hand, if you want to first use a variable, it means to use the current value of the variable, then increment it. In other words, if you want to increment the variable after calling it, then position the increment operator on the right side of the variable. Same example, but here instead of plus plus value, what we have done is we have value plus plus. It is post increment. So in this statement, the current value of the variable, that is 12, is utilized here. Thereafter, the value of the variable is incremented by 1. First it is printed 12, then it is modified to 13, then again if we print it, so we are getting the 13 value here. So in this lesson we discussed about the plus operation, and plus operator may be used on variables of same data type, or we can say on numeric values as well as on strings. We can concatenate or we can combine multiple strings to form a new string by using the plus operator and the increment operator, pre-increment and post-increment.